Ahoy, friends. It's me, Dave Landau. After a long night on stage, I like to kick back with a captain's hat and a fine cigar and watch the Dennis and Andy show. These guys are huge nerds, but they're the kind that you actually want to hang out with. Enjoy them. I do.
Well, hello, everybody. It is the Dennis and Andy Show here for your enjoyment every Wednesday at 3:30. And you guys are going to have a great time today. We've got two spectacular guests. Of course, my co-host, Dennis. Well, he takes up space and breathes my oxygen, but I allow it.
Yep, and starts the verbal abuse every Wednesday. New comic book day, verbal abuse Wednesday from Andy. And look at that. Look at the 9-inch core draft that we got printed. We had an awesome show. We were at the Charlotte Comic-Con. And our awesome printer guy that did all those wonderful core draft figures did a 9-inch one. And brought it to the show to see what it looked like.
Yeah.
And guys, it is pretty amazing.
Look at that. This baby's rad. Let us know in the chat if you'd like to see this one in the online store. And we could put it up there. So it is awesome. Dennis said that is the coolest 9 inches I've ever seen. And I was like, wow. And my wife told me that, but it wasn't about core draft. And I was like, what?
Well, and Andy said, I don't even know what 9 inches looks like. He says, I barely know what the 2-inch one looks like. But hey, there we go.
Look, guys, when I married my wife, I took a ruler, I remarked it the way I wanted to, and I said, no, I don't know what you were taught in schools. This is 9 inches right here. This is 9 inches.
Yeah. So, guys, two other things. We wound up not getting a chance to do a video of our comic haul this week, but believe it or not, I didn't buy a single comic book. What? The Earth's falling. I don't know. There was nothing out there that I needed. My collection is darn near complete, so there was not a lot out there. But I wound up buying 2 toys. Me, I haven't bought toys in years. First, Marvel Legends came out with Rom. You all know I love Rom, and I got one for Andy too. Check this out.
You mean this?
I do.
Beautiful Rom figure? Guys, I have action figures. I've done a studio tour before, so it's not like I don't collect them. But this Rom, holy crap.
It is my favorite. It came out in 1979 and continued through the early 80s to mid 80s. One of my favorite runs of all time outside of the X-Men. I just did the unboxing video, and you guys get the close-up view of it and everything. It's got the energy analyzer, the neutralizer. It's awesome. The special effects on it. Check that out. And then Andy sent me a picture because I wasn't out shopping for toys. Our buddies at Needless Toys and Essentials had, yes, Mezco 112, Silver Centurion Iron Man, light up chest plate, tons of accessories, head or the full helmet. You can swap everything out. $125. I broke down because it is the coolest Silver Centurion I have seen out on anything. I did a full video, and you guys can check that out on my YouTube channel.
There you go. So yeah, guys, go check that stuff out. And it was a fun show. I did buy comics, and because I hold true when we go to a comic book show to buy comics, unlike the heathen sitting next to me that was like, I'm done with comics. He just snubs his nose to him.
I just don't need anything. They were like,
what do you
Dennis
need?
Has everything. I've got them all. I've got all the X-Men. I finished off my $6 Million Man collection. I had every ROM, growing up. So, out of Space 1999, got them all the X titles. there's just not much out there that I actually need anymore. So something jumps out usually at a show, and I usually wind up buying it. Not this show. It was toys. But it was a great show. So Dave put on a fantastic show in Concord, North Carolina. Some of you guys stopped in to chat with us and hang out, and we appreciate it.
That's right. All right. Well, without further ado, we shall bring on our guests. First, we have, he goes by one word. It is salty, which is funny because that is sometimes how I describe Dennis first thing in the morning when we're at a convention. He's a little salty, but this guy's not. What's up, my friend? Oh, look at that.
Oh, hi. How are you?
He was reading Cordrath, The Awakening.
The book
and I was reading one line where I said, I feel the power. I feel the coughing. I can't help read it in that voice now.
And the pose and everything.
I feel the power. Yeah, great. I'm stoked for this. This is awesome, by the way. But yeah, hi guys. I'm Salty, aka Sean Salter, or Sean Salter, aka Salty. However you like.
However, I wish I had a last name I could have made cool into something, but with Smith, you're pretty limited.
I wish you had a first name.
No, you're screwed.
Cool. Any name would have been cool, but hey. We live with you.
Was a nickname I got at Disney when I started there at 18 years old. My boss said, Salter, I'm going to call you Salty. And that stuck.
And it stuck.
Wow. I can't wait to get more into your background now that you said you started at Disney at 18. But before we do that, we'll bring on our next guest, which is, he's been on the show before. He was on long time ago promoting, I think it was his first campaign. I can't remember, but he'll tell us.
He will tell us.
And it's Jose Garcia. Hello.
Hey, what up?
Man, we've got a guy that's worked for Disney, a guy that's worked for Netflix, all these two animation type dudes in one room. Look at that.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys could just go off on your own and have a little conversation about the ins and outs of that. Because I've never worked in that field. So
I feel
you don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Well, all right then.
It's unforgiving and cruel. And it's all in Canada.
Jose, last time we had you on, what was the campaign you were on for?
Oh, so I think last time we were promoting Lumina Box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And ever since I have like maybe 20 books delivered, so I'm at book 26 right now.
Very cool. Wow, it has been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
Well, that's cool. Well, when this does go for guys, for those of you watching it live, we're going to go through. We're going to drop a whole bunch of links and stuff in there. We're going to show them to you. But when I put you up on the channel, when it goes to repeat, I'll go back and find your original one and tag it in there.
Yeah, definitely. And if you don't want to wait for that, just go to the channel and search Jose's name, and you'll find it that way. So.
That's
awesome.
right.
Cool.
Well, since Salty, this is your first time on the show, we have a little initiation that we do for everybody because it's a question that the viewers always want to know.
Wait. His initiation is a question. You said that to me and said, drop your pants.
Yeah, but that large paddle that said whack-a-mole, I mean, it had to be used.
So you're calling it a paddle, huh? I've never seen a girthy round paddle before.
It's a paddle. So, Salty.
Yes.
They do want to know how you kind of got into the business and how you got into doing it. And it sounds like you got a good, a cool story we get to find out a little bit about. But we all got into comic books somehow. So what was the first comic book you either bought or were given? And do you still own that comic book today?
The first comic I was given, I think I was like 5 or 6 years old. It was Uncle Scrooge. Disney comic, I think. Well, obviously Disney comic. It was given to me. Man, that I think it was my grandparents. I think it was my grandparents, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was drawing then, so I just liked anything with drawings and pictures and things like that. So that was my first comic. But what really got me into comics was Todd McFarlane, Spider-Man, his Spider-Man run, because that was right when I was at the age where I could mow some lawns, get some money, get on my bike, ride down to the comic book store, and get whatever comics I wanted. And I loved Spider-Man. And I don't know what it was about Todd McFarlane at my age, but it just, I was obsessed. I was obsessed. So life very quickly became about mowing lawns, getting money, and going to the store.
I think
comic books
with Todd's stuff, because just by you saying that, and I don't know how old you are, but with what you were saying about mowing lawns, I'm going to guess that when Todd's stuff came out, what were you, like around 12, 13?
Well, I lived in the Antelope Valley at that time, and I was actually 8, 9 years old, and I was mowing.
Oh, okay. So
my
you were
little lawn
grass at
mowing
8, 9 years old?
Yeah. Because I had a great mower. We got a great mower. It was one of those automatic, like you could grab the bar and it would kind of push, so it didn't take a lot, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It was
I lived in one of those suburban.
Back then.
Yeah, I lived in one of those suburban neighborhoods where everyone had a lawn, and they were, you just, hey, I'll do it for $5.
Well, I think the appeal of Todd stuff, because that was the same time. That was a little before, but then Rob came along and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
To me, now when that stuff came out, that was like 1990 or something. So I was at the Kubert School, 20 years old, but I still really liked it. And I just always, I kind of describe Todd and Rob stuff. It's like candy. It's fun. It kind of gives you that good fun, like these are comics, feeling, and it's sweet. And it's just, I still look at that stuff and I'm just like, yeah, I can see the quote unquote flaws in the drawing, but I don't care because it's fun looking stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like, I want to get back to that. So one of the good things and bad things about my career is like starting out at Disney at 18, you're like, all the joy and fun of being a kid and loving art is just grinded out of you, ironically enough, because it's Disney and it's for kids. Because it's like beyond model, everything is very Einstein. It's very Prussian, The artist referred to where we worked. They called it Mauschwitz. It was very
really.
Yeah, the artist.
I've never heard that.
I haven't either.
No. Yeah. So
no.
Oh, the older guys would edit, but it was a grind, man. It was like on model, perfect, and it just killed the joy out of it to the point where you kind of lose yourself in that. So you lose your style, you lose like the fun that why you were wanting to do comics. I didn't end up going into comics because I had to make money right away because I had a family to take care of. Our family, we didn't grow up with a lot of money, and so it became really quick. I became the breadwinner really, really quickly for my parents and my family. So I had to make money. So it was like Disney and then marketing and then advertising. And it was always like drawing everyone on model. So I think one of the joys that I'm having with getting back into comics at my age, leaving advertising and leaving LA and Hollywood is finding my style, because it was there when I was 16. It got murdered when I was 18. And I'm resurrecting it. It's like Jesus Christ, but less.
So it took 3 days.
It took 3 days if decades were days, but yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, do you think if you were at a different, I don't know, like animation studio, not Disney, but still having to draw, obviously same thing. It's animation. It's always on model, a buddy of mine.
Well, ours was even worse because we weren't doing animation. We were in consumer products. So we were doing all the style guide stuff. All the things you see on t-shirts and so it was like super on model. You couldn't even be like making it, because usually in animation you can fudge it a little bit and just keep moving because it's like it's a tween or whatever.
Yeah.
But like for consumer products, for the video game packaging to the toy packaging to all the art that you do, the toy design, it's all like.
No, I did. A friend of mine worked at Disney doing that packaging, commercial type stuff. And this is like 20 some years ago. And I did a drawing of Mickey Mouse for my daughter, right? She was real young, whatever. And I'm looking at it like, yeah, that's Mickey Mouse. My wife's like, yeah, it's Mickey Mouse. He looked at it and he's like, nah, ears are off. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, no, the ears have to be this certain way, certain angle, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah. It makes sense because it's a brand, they want it to be, but also, man, it's brutal for an artist because it's like none of you or your soul or spirit or anything that makes you an artist. It's us. We replace you with us.
I know Mauschwitz. I'll never forget.
I know that is one I will pick up from this one always. Jose, did you work with them too?
Yeah, I work with not Disney, but I work with animation branding and kind of Marvel DC stuff, and you always have to kill your style and just stick to the napkin. Like you just have to do whatever they actually one time they pull out kind of like a ruler, and I was like 2 millimeters off from kind of like this ear of Mickey Mouse, and I got a lot of shit for that. I had like I was chewed for about like 30 minutes just for 2 millimeters on the ear of Mickey Mouse. So yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, 2 millimeters.
Yep.
So, guys, when they say size doesn't matter, it does apparently.
Dennis, 2 millimeters makes a difference.
Don't you mess it up. Don't
Yep.
Don't
At least I'm on the plus side of that one.
Yeah, I'm on the negative. Nice. So, how did you start at Disney at 18?
I worked at the Starbucks in the Disney Channel building. And
Really?
I was drawing the menu. So they would do the coffee of the day, and the manager was like, "Hey, you're really good at doing chalk drawings." And he got me these pastel chalk, pastels. And he's like, on this chalkboard, can you draw the coffee of the day? And so we started doing it, and it would sell the coffee of the day more. So like Sumatra, I would do this big tiger and then be like, Sumatra, and do the lettering and everything. And then people saw it and were like, "Oh, who's doing this?" And then this one lady was like, "Do you have a portfolio?" I was like, "I do." She's like, "Come to my office after work tomorrow and show me your portfolio." So I did. She said, "Would you like a job as an intern?" And I said, "Yeah." And that's how I started.
And unlike Harvey Weinstein, she didn't go, "Great, there's the couch."
No couch casting.
Well, there was a little bit of that, but yeah, those are stories for after hours.
So when you started there at 18, what did they have you start off doing? Like you said intern, right?
Yeah, it was an intern. So it started off. It started off with first it started off making photocopies, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't gonna be fun." And then it was here, like, so when I wasn't doing the grunt work, it was here's a drawing table and here's a computer. Let's start getting you trained. And then here's all the classes that you can take during lunch, before work, and after work. So for like 6 months, I was just doing grunt work, like, office stuff, and like just taking as many classes as I could. And then doing all the different stuff. When I had downtime, I would work on things. And so I got really good. And then the next thing is they were like, you could draw fonts really well. So then someone would design fonts, but they wouldn't do like a bunch of letters, and they wouldn't do all the the glyphs and the punctuation and things like that. So then I would take that style and trace it and redraw it and design out the rest of the font. And then I started cleaning up drawings, and then I got into inking, and then it was okay. Maybe we'll have you start drawing. So then I started drawing things, and then it was digital. Like I was going digital because that was early on, late 90s. Not everyone had a computer. So I was getting really good at doing the digital, like coloring and inking and things like that. And got into painting princesses.
So how long do you think it was from when you started, first day of being an intern, to when you got to do actual drawing stuff that you were talking about? Like how months?
I started drawing consistently after about 2 years.
I
was doing the font stuff and the fill-ins and the cleaning up. Like within 6 months, because I could, you have some talent. But it was a lot of assisting other artists and just doing a lot of stuff to their work, trying to like a lot of redrawing, but not redrawing, correcting, but like cleaning things up. So like they would draw real fast, and I'd go in and clean the lines up, and then I'd get corrected. And the inking really doing a lot of the inking is what really got me good at drawing their characters on model. Tracing actually helps.
Yep.
Yeah. Were you inking on paper, or was it digital?
I was inking on vellum mainly.
What did they have you use for a tool to ink with? Because I assume they specified they weren't
brush. Sometimes dipping. What is it called?
Yeah.
The quill. I haven't done it in so many years. And then brush too, because I had really steady hands.
Right.
Because I was
nice. Now I got to ask. So when did you quit Disney?
I quit Disney. I worked there for almost 5 years, and then as I was done with that department, and then I moved over to Disney Interactive video games, and I started designing video game characters because I kind of became like a storyboard artist and would like draw like roughly because I just didn't want to be a character artist because you had to draw on models. So I moved and shifted to Disney Interactive to basically do storyboard art for all the different things like trailers and video game packaging, like the cover and the poster art and stuff. And then I did that for about 2 years, and then I bounced. So I was there like in total, like almost 5 years, like a little over 4 years.
So what year would you say that was? I have a reason for asking.
Oh, that must have been 2001 because I started in 90. I started in 98. Yeah, like 2001.
Okay, so I was just curious because like in probably the 2008, 9, 10, somewhere around there, or no, I take it back. Somewhere around 2010, 11, 12, when I would go to LA before I would go down to San Diego with a buddy of mine because he lived in LA. So I'd go to LA because at the time I was doing some licensing kids book stuff for Disney with, Spider-Man and stuff like that. So I'd go by Burbank to the Disney studios just to, talk to the editor, and he showed me around and we'd have lunch, whatever. So I was just curious if you were at the Burbank area at that time, but you weren't, so it doesn't matter.
No, yeah. So the Burbank, Alameda, Alameda and Buena Vista studio. That's where you were going.
Yeah,
yeah. So down the road, you saw the Disney Channel building, and then the big gray, black building next to that Disney Channel building in Toluca.
Yeah.
So I was in the gray and black building. That was the.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sometimes I would actually get to freelance at the studios because I was doing like storyboard art and stuff. But mainly the only time I was there was for that awesome commissary. Yeah,
the commissary at the Burbank one you talking about?
Yeah,
like the one I would go to. That area was huge.
That thing was dope. It was awesome. You get some Panda Express. You got some guy making a sandwich. You could have a steak fried up to you. Like this huge, it was like this huge cafeteria. Yep. And it was like going to the mall, except it was all private because it was just people that worked at Disney, and it had like the best food. And then if you went and ate outside along the different roads, you sat on a park bench. You would literally have the squirrels come up and sit on your lap and be like, "Yo, dude, feed me. I'm hungry. Give me some food."
Like a Disney cartoon.
Like a Disney cartoon.
Now, if I remember right, up the road from the Burbank, from that building, whatever, up the road was it DreamWorks?
Yes.
It was DreamWorks. Did you ever go there?
I did. I went there for an interview. And I didn't get the job, sadly, but yeah, I went there and ate at the commissary. The guy was really cool. He was trying to get me on as an artist on one of the, I can't remember what film. I think the film actually didn't end up being made.
So when I went there, we met this guy at San Diego that worked at DreamWorks doing boards and whatnot. And he's like, "Yeah, definitely come on by, whatever." And I said, "Well, I don't leave till Tuesday. Would Monday work after San Diego?" He's like, "Sure."
Nice.
So my buddy and I go by. And we're walking down this this hall, and on the right hand side are the offices and whatnot. On the right hand side are the windows, to the outside. We get to the end of the hall, and before we take a right to just continue down this corridor, he's like, "Check this out," and he opens like this secret little door, and we go back into it, and it's like a freaking speakeasy. Back in there, right? Carved into behind the walls, and there's like little couches and stuff. There's a place for a bartender to serve drinks, and he's like, "Yeah, they'll have like little private parties in here, and then they'll just have sometimes after work get-togethers and stuff. It could fit probably 15 people, maybe."
And all the debauchery that's where all the debauchery happens.
It was so cool because you could see like. The studs and stuff behind the walls.
Yeah.
And it was just this area that somebody discovered and was like, we could build this into something. Like if you go up into an attic and it's all dusty and dingy and your mind's eye just sees it as like, oh, the stuff I could do to this place. And that's kind of what they did. And it was just like, holy shit.
And they probably plugged it up because of Me Too. They were like, no, we can't do this anymore because things were happening and people were putting things in places.
That's right.
Hey guys, public service announcement for those watching. So we're streaming live right now on YouTube, on X, and on Rumble. If you guys are watching on YouTube or Rumble, you guys can ask our creators any of the questions you want. I'll pop them up on screen and they'll be able to answer your questions for you. If you guys are on X, does not work that way. But our awesome moderators are dropping the links down into the chats and the comments down below. So all the links to both Salty's and Jose's campaigns, everything will be down in there. So guys, you can just follow it back after you're done listening and be able to check out their campaigns.
There you go. So when you left Disney in 2001, so then what was the track from basically 2001 to now? Like what?
So when I left Disney, I didn't have a lot of options. So I went into grip work and making coffee on movie sets for craft services for a year.
Oh wow.
Because I got laid off. They were laying off everybody like in the 2000s and 2001s.
Oh, okay.
And so they were reshuffling and reorganizing, and they went through in the early 2000s. They had everyone internal, and they were basically just using contractors. So we were all contractors. No, they didn't hire anyone, and they're like, "Oh, we're just going to hire contractors." So you'd go through like an artist agency, and then you just worked at Disney. But then all your stuff, benefits, and everything came through the contract. The contractor. And then they laid everybody off, and then they started hiring agencies. So for about a year, I did that, worked on movie sets and stuff, because my family's got ties in movie production and things like that. And so I went there, hated it because I wanted to be an artist. And then I got a job at an agency whose main client was Disney. So then I kept working for Disney at an agency. And so I did agency. And then that's what I ended up doing, is just marketing and advertising for the entertainment industry at several different agencies, ended up working on, tons of stuff for Disney, Warner Brothers, all the Hollywood studios.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Fun times.
Cool.
All right.
Advertising will kill your soul.
It does.
Yeah. But it pays well.
It pays, yeah.
Very well.
I mean, I've been drawing comics for 34 years. That's most of what I've done, but I have done some stuff outside of comics, and the pay was just like, holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to leave. So I always wanted, and one of the things I was trying to do, like I always wanted to be in animation, but I wanted to be in animation as an art director and as a writer. So I was like trying to sell my own shows and get those produced. I even sold a show to a studio, which then got canceled because one of the executive producers had a video come out that he was a Trump supporter and a Christian, so they canceled that show that week. So that sucked. But so I was always doing that while working in advertising, but it was always hard to make the leap like into comics, because it was like I had to start at the bottom, kind of, because I'm a nobody, and it's all, comics is a lot of name recognition. You got to build your fan base, because that people buy your book because of your art, man. That's why. Yeah. So I was like, I don't want to leave this money. I got bills. It's really hard, and that's how they get you. That's how they get you.
It is, dude.
Especially if you're in the pharmaceutical advertising. Boy, you're raking it in right now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, this guy doesn't watch regular TV. It's all streaming stuff, so he doesn't see commercials. And I was telling him the other day, some of the pharmaceutical commercials are bad enough, but now I've seen a couple that are like anime looking. And I'm like, we're doing anime cartoon commercials for pharmaceuticals that are for adults, right?
Take these drugs.
Yeah, I'm just like, what the hell? Anyhow, well, Jose, what have you been up to since last we spoke, before we dive into the campaigns?
It's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
So I kind of stepped aside of indie comics for a while, for 2 years. My first daughter was born, and
Mazel
thanks. So I've been busy being a father and making comics, I have like last time I came to the show, I was maybe on book maybe 12. Now I'm on book 26, working around with other people.
Wow.
But this is just my second book, my second personal book, and I'm trying to, make this full time gig right now. I left animation for good, like last year, and I've been trying to focus more on comics because, as Salty said, like after being a storyboard artist for so long, like it kills your style. Mostly when you're doing storyboards and you're just doing dots and lines for the faces, you're
Yeah.
trying to draw back, kind of like you're trying to draw like a face, and nothing gets it never looks right,
Right.
and when you try to get back to your style, you're trying to fight the urge to just do it as quickly as possible. And and you have these mixtures of styles that you're trying to just shake off. You're trying to get the best of them, but sometimes you get stuck with I got stuck when I was working on Steven Universe with kind of the noses, and I think they're ugly noses, but I got stuck, with kind of those gimmicks of those styles. So yeah, that's it.
Oh, cool.
Well, at least you being a dad didn't take away most of your time. Boy, it is challenging. One kid, right?
Yeah, first one.
First one. That's always the best one. That's the one you can make all the mistakes with.
Oh, I've noticed. Yeah.
It's true. So I'm the youngest out of two. So my brother got all the mistakes. Dennis is the oldest, so he's the one that was dropped a lot.
Yeah, Yep.
Yeah, but when you're the youngest of like four, like I am, they don't even care. No one cares anymore. Nothing
Dude,
you do is special. Nothing you do is great. And they don't even care if you're missing. They're like, what? We got 3 more kids. It's fine.
Well, at least you got 3 or 4. One of my relatives, she is the youngest of 12 or 13.
Whoa.
And I was like, what?
That's a litter.
I said, number one, Dad had to be the happiest man in the world, at least for a little while. But I was like, yeah, really. I mean, by the time you get down to an even dozen or a baker's dozen, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, just do what you want. Go for it. Yeah, keys are there, whatever.
Yep.
I don't even think you remember all their names. You're like, which one are you again?
Well, my wife is the youngest of 7.
Ooh.
And it's kind of a joke because you usually hear, like, one of her brother's names is Joe and her dad's name was Joe, so he's Joe Jr. Okay. Well, my wife's name is Helen, her mom's name is Helen, so the joke is always, this was the last one, it was number 7. It was like, oh, it's a girl, what should we name her? And her mom was just like, just Helen, just go with mine, it's easy.
Don't care, I'm done.
Just go.
Yeah.
Give her mine.
Is she Helen Jr.?
No.
Helen
Right?
Jr.
Right? Girls don't do juniors.
They don't do juniors, but same
Yeah.
middle name and everything. So, yeah.
I would just call my wife Junior. I'd be like, what's up, Junior?
Same. Now you say that, same social security number?
No, not that. But nope, not that. So, all right. Well, let's. If you guys want to pull up your campaigns and share your screens, we can take a look at them and start diving into those.
Cool.
Getting into the fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Oh, silly Chrome.
Yeah, I always forget how to do this.
No, I mean, I had it up, but then I realized I was in Firefox, not Chrome. I'm such a noob. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no, that's fine.
And I'm on dark mode.
I haven't used Firefox
Dark
in a long
mode,
time.
yeah. I do the same thing. Everything I have is in dark mode.
That's because you're dark.
I am.
You're so dark. All right, so give us one. You said, I know you said you had multiple videos. Play the one you like the most first, and then we'll circle back.
Circle back. Okay, so
Circle back.
let's see, which one do we want to play? Let's play the Von Klaus one.
Oh, there you go.
So part of my career has been directing video trailers and things like that. So it's been nice. Vaughn is great though, because you don't have to do anything. He's just like, Vaughn, here's art, help. And then he's like, here, what do you think of this? And it's like, yes, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
So Randy's already posted, hey, Salty and Jose have both received one backer so far since the start of the stream. Guys, we haven't even showed the campaigns yet. So that's pretty cool.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Now, we officially need 4 backers today for the official DNA bump. So keep an eye on these.
So give us the scoop on Silence Do Good.
All right. So this concept originally started as I love American history. I'm more conservative leaning, always have been, even growing up in LA, just was, but absolutely positively love American history. And I don't know, it's just an idea. Like the thought was, what would America's most prolific, what would our founding fathers think of the America we've built? And then it was like, well, obviously you'd want to have time traveling because that's cool. And obviously it would be Ben Franklin doing this because Ben Franklin is the most prolific American founding father. And he's a scientist, inventor, politician, soldier. He's all these things. He's a Renaissance man. But what would it be like if he was a teenager? Because that would be a lot more fun having a young, virile Ben Franklin instead of fat old guy. So Ben Franklin is Silence Dogood, a clever, daring, and rebellious teenager thrust into an unimaginable crisis. Snatched from his time, he is imprisoned in a virtual reality world designed by Milo, America's most formidable tech mogul. This world, governed by a cunning AI, is a place where algorithms dictate every move. Humanity is trapped in a sleepless dream, and liberty is a forgotten concept. Faced with a pivotal decision, Ben's choices reach far beyond his own fate. They threaten to alter the course of history. As he navigates this bewildering new world, he must rally allies, outsmart formidable foes, and unravel the secrets of his abduction before time itself is irreversibly disrupted. The revolution against the algorithm has begun.
Nice. So it's a young Ben Franklin before he flew kites and attached metal keys to him in lightning storms.
Yes. It is a 18-year-old Ben Franklin on the verge of traveling to England to secure a printer for a printing press in his town in Pennsylvania. But he gets waylaid and kidnapped by these jerks that take him and capture him and put him in a VR program.
Now, if it's a spoiler, don't say. But why do they pick him?
So they are the AI that runs this VR program has decided that it wants to continue to add to its algorithm. And the plan is to essentially get all the smartest people, all the most influential people throughout history, because it's devised a way to travel through time. So it's trying to gather up all these great minds to then get them into the VR program to help with the algorithm.
Oh.
Wow. So it's kind of like a Ben Franklin version of Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Adventures.
Yes. Meets AMC's Turn meets A-Team.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
And I like A-Team.
So besides yourself, give us the creators breakdown and stuff. I know you said you're the bulk of it, but
I am. So I wrote and drew all of it, doing all the line work. I did the colors for the first 2 issues. So this is actually a 3-issue book, although I wrote it as one kind of book. I just broke it up because I was trying to raise enough money to actually get the whole thing produced. And then also to hire the great people like Dan Lawless doing a cover and Eric Weathers doing a cover. And then we got Jason Wright doing some colors on the cover, Brett R. Smith doing colors on the last issue interiors. Mike Barron really helped a lot. I was giving him early rough thumbnails and helping. He's just kind of guiding me through the process, because the only thing I've ever written is commercial spots and trailer spot, little TV spots and things like that.
Sure.
So writing a comic, other than the ones that I did in junior high and high school, was a big undertaking. And I thought, hey, why don't I ask someone for some input? And then I got input from Paul Ravoch on just some panel storytelling.
Cool.
to kind of make sure that I was doing a decent enough job so people would actually have their money wouldn't be wasted on some schmuck just trying to do doodles in his kitchen. So, you know.
So you said it's basically 3 books, but when it's actually going to be done and printed, it's just going to be one big one, you mean? Or
one big one, 75 plus page, 78 pages of sci-fi action and adventure.
That was going to be my question. How big's the book?
That's cool. So then you're just breaking it up into 3 chapters then in the book.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
and
nice.
then we also have 3 short stories about Ben Franklin. Maybe you might not have heard about him. So they're not like lessons, they're just like short stories of actual Ben Franklin that are
cool.
real, because my father is a historian, and so all of the history that we will have in this series will be validated by an American historian. And because we want to, one of the things is American history in this series is going to play a role as like a character, like a background, a backdrop.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's time travel, except not time travel like, you know, multi-dimensional, blah blah blah. Just more like timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly time travel.
Yeah. Dude, that sounds cool. I love stuff like that because I do like history. I didn't like it in school, so the older I get, the more I'm getting into like, you know, true stories and historical films and stuff like that.
That's because you're so old. There's so much history now that you're a part of.
But also history in school is boring because it's like, on this date, this happened, and then this guy, and it's like, dude, no, it's a story. Like,
Right.
I love Band of Brothers. That actually happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell the story, you jerks. No, you can't, because you people in public education are brain dead and you're ruining our children's minds.
Exactly.
Yep.
No, I mean, I know it's a tangent, but Band of Brothers, and then it was the 3. What was the
Pacific was the one, and then the Air Force one that just came out.
I know, which was good.
Yeah,
Was the Air Force one good?
Band of Brothers was just a home run.
Because the Pacific wasn't. It was.
The Pacific was a little
It was all right.
But the I can't remember the name.
Masters of the Air.
Masters of the Air.
I knew somebody would know it off the top of the head.
Masters of the Air.
Yeah,
Oh, you didn't, Salty, you didn't see that?
I haven't seen it yet. No, but
Masters of the Air.
Yeah.
It's all about the bombing missions and stuff. And holy crap!
It's the B-17 bomber missions that flew over Europe, and wow, it's gruesome. So my whole family's Air Force. So, you know, my grandfather was tail gunner in the B-24s. And, you know, you are seeing these little balls that they are locked into shooting and what happens. And it's just amazing stuff. So, yeah, it is a definite watch.
Definitely. Yeah.
And then real quick, I do have to get this out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
So in this version of Silence Too Good, we will be doing also a 6-page preview of my next graphic novel, People's Republic Blue Flame, which is a graphic novel that's from the series of People's Republic. That's actually a fictional novel series that you can get on Amazon and check out. That's written by a guy named Kurt Schlichter. And
well, I mean, I don't know him, but I know the name.
Yeah. So he's got a novel series called People's Republic. It's like about a post-apocalyptic America in a civil war. And this guy, Kelly Turnbull, he does like black ops operations behind enemy lines. He works for the red states, and he's doing operations behind enemy lines of the blue states. And it's going to be high octane and guns galore. So you'll get a 6-page preview of that as well. And then you'll like this, Andy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. So this is a character in there, and this is the symbol of the political party in this story of Silence Do Good.
That's weird. I don't know what could have inspired that red image.
Yeah, it looks familiar, but yet so different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't care. I am out. I'm out of the closet, guys, and I don't care anymore. And I've already been canceled. So now I'm just gonna go all in and be a jerk about it.
Hell
put
yeah.
it in my books. But the last thing I would love to tell your audience is that we are really close. We have one of our stretch goals is that this cover, the regular edition cover that we have right here that you can get, will become foil.
Oh,
Oh, see, now you
Beautiful.
piqued my interest.
Now wait a second. That's not the whole book. Is that just a cover? Like a printed off cover, or is that? Oh, that's the whole book. Oh, damn.
So the book is done. I'm actually fulfilled. I had a first campaign that we did. We raised money, and we were able to raise about a little over 14,000, and we're fulfilling that campaign right now. And so this is kind of like a second chance campaign for those that have missed out.
Oh, okay.
But it's got new covers. It's got the new preview for People's Republic. Like if anybody got the issues 1 through 3, this book actually has 4 new pages of story, because I just wanted to improve the story, and I'm getting better as an artist in general and just better as a storyteller. So I wanted to kind of make some additions and improve it. And it has new lettering and then updates to the art in general, because I am obsessive about things being a little bit better every time I look at it. And I want to keep drawing this, but I'm like, nope, I'm going to work on issue 4 next. So
yeah, it's probably a good idea to move forward. But so what you're saying is all the stuff you just ran down, the lettering, the art revisions, all that are in the one that somebody would back today.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Just
this is how I want this story to be told.
Right.
Like it's been a learning lesson, but I've been really like why I brought in Mike Barron, why I brought in reached out to Paul Ravoch is because I come up in a world where you need creative directors. I was a creative director. Sure. I mentored younger artists to get better at their craft. I was coming in new. I don't know everything. So it was like, let me get people that know more than me and get their opinion on stuff so that I can make this the best possible. And that's what we did.
That's cool,
awesome.
Man.
Glitch, just back salty.
Hey,
have that flawless Dan Lawless cover. Look at that. Some rhyming and a backer, and it looks like you picked up 3 backers so far.
Wow. Thank you.
2. So there you go. Hey, all right. Well, take us through the individual perks, and then we'll move on to Jose.
All right. So first feature perk right now, it's a little pricey, but that's because it's original art. Because AI is taking over, and this book might be about how AI is evil. It might be a little social commentary on why AI is the devil. I've decided to go traditional again. I was very digital for a long time, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going traditional because you still don't have that market cornered. So we're selling some traditionally drawn art, and that's going to be the cover, one of the covers there. That's the featured perk. We got the regular edition, which will become the foil once we hit 10,000.
Cool.
We got the Dan Lawless cover, which is flawless.
Yeah, that's right.
Just looking gorgeous. She looks amazing. John Malin had some feedback, and then Dan obsessed over it, and then made that feedback even. He's so great, man.
Yeah,
so
he's awesome.
And she looks very nice. She's got very good assets. And then we got that Eric Weathers cover, which is also awesome. A very different take, which I absolutely love. It's very surreal. And then we got my last cover, which I think is a lot of fun and chaotic, colored by Jason Wright, and that's the original art that we're selling. And then we got a shirt. So if you want a nice soft shirt of Ben Franklin wearing sunglasses and some jewelry, it says "Silence do good. Well done is better than jibba jabba."
Nice.
And you guys should know that reference, being children of the 80s. And then we got all 4 covers. You can get all 4.
And by the way, I love all 4 covers. I liked Eric's covers. I liked them all. So these are solid. I like them.
And then we got I Want It All, which is the first 3 issues. So you'll be able to see all the mistakes I made and exactly how I fixed them in all 4 covers with a T-shirt and an art poster.
Oh, nice. And what's I can't read it from back where I'm sitting. What's your estimated shipping, say?
We're aiming for August. So
very nice.
This summer, because again, it's right here, guys.
Well, how much time is left on the campaign? Where are you at in it right now?
We I think we got like 17 days left.
Now, is that like, how there's the first 30, second 30, or is that just 17?
This is the last 30.
Okay. And then you're going to keep it in demand?
And then we'll keep it in demand. I'm not quite sure what we're doing. We're actually going to be trying to build our own website, because I think eventually I'm just going to sell it from directly to people on my website to try to, cut down some of the
extra things in the way.
Yeah. So it's super dope. Let's refresh because I think we got some backers. Get
Yeah.
those tabs off there.
Randy
Oh,
says you
nice.
now have four new backers.
Oh wow! Thank you guys. I hope you
That
guys
means
like
we have the official DNA bump.
That's right.
Nice. I feel it right in my butt. Wait, what?
Well, I mean, that's where the DNA bump usually gets felt.
Yeah, and we're like almost 500 away from that stretch goal, man. So very, very.
Oh,
very
there you go.
Well,
yeah. Cool. Hopefully, while the show goes on, you'll get some more. We're going to switch over.
I have more videos later if we want to entertain the crowd, but obviously Jose's got a shill.
Oh no, we'll definitely try and hit at least one more of those. Oh wait, I got it. Oh my God, StreamYard and their new fangled crap.
Now I'm excited.
Okay, now we are with Jose.
Oh, in dark mode. Yes.
Yes. Oh, I really love that. Your comic, Salty. It looks real good. The foil cover, awesome.
Thank you, man. Thank
so, you. Just a rundown on your new campaign, because I know this is different from the last time we had you on. It's not a continuation, I don't think.
Yeah. So I'm trying to do a new series. The thing is that I've been working with other guys here in the indie scene. The guys from Clownfish. I did the Graveyard Shift book with Maylin. Yep. I did I've been around working with a lot of people, the Tiger Blue and all that stuff. Yeah. But I really want to just focus on my own stories, and I'm actually trying to do like the exact opposite as Salty. Like I'm trying to do everything on my own. I'm kind of cutting out I'm trying to just work on my own stuff by myself, and I'm trying to promote and trying to get back in the indie stuff. And this is Club Van Fleur. This is one of the stories. I always said that I have like 3 stories I want to tell in my life, and this is one of them, the first one of them. And it's pretty much steampunk, apocalyptic steampunk graphic novel about some kids that are stuck in this world where there's monsters, there's magic, and there's the last bastion of humanity. There's this the last city which has this technology to fend off monsters, to fend off all the creatures and all the unknown. And up there, you have our main character, Julie Van Fleur, here on the cover. She is the daughter of kind of this scientist, that this kind of leaders of the Club Van Fleur, which is kind of this club of the most intelligent people of humanity gathered together, trying to make inventions, trying to invent some things, do science to save the world, to keep humans alive. And you have all around this world like this, you can see all this kind of very, very destroyed kind of world around here. And there's the kind of all these eldritch and kind of these dark fantasy elements going on in the background. And after a siege on the city by one of the elementals, the fire elemental, trying to destroy the humanity, Julie Van Fleur, she inherits her parents' club. They died in the last fight against this fire elemental, and now she's in charge of being the leader of all these intelligent people. But the thing is that since she's a child, nobody wants to follow her, and she's a girl, so she's pretty much everyone's just pretty much like, okay, like this isn't worth it. We're not going to keep on this club. We are it's every man for his own. Sure. So it has a lot of political elements, like people trying to steal the technology from the club. There is the queen of the empire, the Valkyrie queen, she has a never-ending war with the monsters, with the elementals, and she wants to take over the Club Van Fleur and make it its part of the military wing. This is a story about Julie trying to uphold and protect her parents' legacies. She tries to save the world with all the science she can, and she's sent on a mission by the Queen to try to find something that could end the war. And that's where she find these guys, Julian and Thierry. And these guys pretty much live on the slums. You can see it here. You can see kind of the town, kind of shanty town. And so pretty much that's it.
Cool.
You can see the pages. It's all in black and white.
Yeah.
I'm using kind of this kind of engraving kind of style. I wish that these images could look better. But yeah, I'm doing everything. I'm doing the drawing, inking, the grayscale, lettering, all the drawings. Here's the moment where she's presenting her ideas to save the world, and there's all these guys which think that this is ridiculous, and they left her on her own. And so this is gonna be pretty much a big story. It's gonna be a big story. It's kind of like an epic. Like I have the first 500 pages already penciled.
Holy crap! How many pages is this one?
This one is 80 pages. It's the first book out of 6 for the first arc. It's gonna be quite a couple of arcs, but since I'm going full time and I'm kind of a fast artist, like we can get one of these done every 2.5 months, no problem.
Damn.
So, I want to do this. I want to finish this story. I have I've been working on this for the last 15 years.
Right.
It's been on my to-do list forever. And now that I got to actually leave animation, I have some savings. So I'm betting on myself. Maybe the next 2 or 3 years, I want to go full time on this. And this is the project. I have some stuff like this. I'm selling a PDF with the making of. You can see kind of like my pencils, the inks, the rendering, and the grayscales. And that's about it.
Nice, because you're 100% digital, right? When you work.
Yeah.
So why don't you break down the tiers for us? Oh, Rich always showing up late, thinking he's cool. Rich, it's only cool when Dennis and I show up late somewhere. When you do it, it's just disrespectful and rude. Keep it up and you'll be blocked, my friend.
Rich is one of the cool kids on the block.
No, I would never block Rich. He's an ex-cop and he lives in town. He probably still has buddies on the force, and I don't want to get swatted by him.
Oh, wow.
It is.
Well, now you're on the list.
It is Chicago, right?
No, we're in North Carolina.
Yeah, no,
you're in North Carolina.
We're on the good side of the railroad track.
Yeah, I'm not Chicago.
Yeah, no. Oh, Chicago.
You guys should come to Chattanooga Comic-Con. Let's go.
Tell the promoter to get a hold of me.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's what
I will.
they tell everybody. You guys, if they want us to come.
People go, you should come here. And I go, well, tell the promoter to invite me and we'll talk about it.
Nice.
Yep. Hey, guys, Randy says we need one more. Guys, there's a couple hundred of you watching simultaneously right now. So we just need one of you to back Jose's campaign here, and we will officially have the DNA bump for both of them.
Nice.
And that's a good one. So, guys, one more.
Let's do it.
Wait, did Dennis just do this?
I do.
He
the
did.
DNA bump.
You know what that means?
Look, Salty.
You know what
He's
that
been
means?
doing that ever since he learned it during his time in the prison. He's just can't help himself.
That means
look,
this.
in the prison it means something, and it still means it out here too.
You just
So I
told
wish it
everyone
was
to F off.
Whoa. This all learned from the TV show Friends. So if it's good for Friends, it is good for America.
That's what it meant on Friends.
I know, but if it's good on Friends, it's good for America.
You're like, everyone F off. DNA bump, F off.
I'm good with the good old 2 snaps up. I'm
Around
good
the
with
world,
Round
Living
formation.
Oh, good.
I'm not doing the fist bumpy thing he's got going on. So anyhow, Jose, break down the individual tiers you have for people.
Okay, so we have, let's see, we have the PDF right here. You have this is the Spanish version, but you have the for the US backers, international backers, we have the 2 covers, cover A and cover B, for $40. And for anyone who just wants to read the book, we have a tier which is $5 USD. So that's an easy way to get into the book if you don't want to buy the physical. We have some digital bundles. There's Lumina Box. You can grab the PDF for Lumina Box here. There's also the book. There's also the Lumina Box books on the add-ons, the physical books, the original covers and the variant covers. There's the digital deluxe tier, which pretty much has from sketch to finished page. So this is going to be cool for all 80 pages. Then you have the physical tier book, $20 for 80 pages. This is the cover B if you want it separate for whichever reason. And we have a merch tier. It's pretty much some stickers and a keychain, an acrylic keychain, 3 by 3 inches. That's pretty cool. And for the big backers, kind of, we have this 50 tier, standee tier. We are doing pretty much an acrylic standee, 7 by it's around 7 inches. So it's really cool. It has all the other rewards and has a PDF and all that stuff. So that's kind of the big reward. And I also have Fund My Comic. I never show this a lot, but we have the same stuff here in the storefront. The only thing that it's kind of like different, it's this $450 dollar tier, which has a lot of the books I work on, and it has 2 original pages for my last book, Lumina Box. So you are getting 2 original Lumina Box pages. You are getting the Club Van Fleur cover A and B. You have the Tiger Blue books 1 and 2. I do. There's Mike Barron story, Bone Claws, Clint Stoker, and Narwhal story on Tiger Blue 2. I draw them all. There's some of my other books, my 8-bit story, Trocus Maximus promo I did for first, second books, the Graveyard Shift book, volume 4 plus supplementals that I did back in the day, the Crimson Rent that I did for Clownfish TV, and there's Beauty and the Meat kind of trading card. It was a trading card set I was working maybe a couple years ago. I have a bunch of them. I just found them, and there's only 2 of these. One of these tiers is pretty much a double page spread, and the other are 2 random pages for of Lumina Box. And
very cool.
Yeah, so here's everything. You can get also a sketch card in both the Kickstarter or Fund My Comic. I'm not using IGG or other platforms since they don't support countries like Mexico yet. So that's what I have to go with Kickstarter and Fund My Comic.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, but your first campaign was on IGG. How'd that work out?
I have Adam Lawson. He actually
I see.
He helped me out. Yeah. But it was a lot of trouble, like
Right.
every single message I got from the backers, I couldn't reply to it. So we have this kind of bureaucracy where Adam kind of sent me the reply, and I couldn't reply to the
Wow.
IGG stuff. So I have to go find the backers email and try to get to respond to them in the email. So that took a lot of time, and a lot of people never checked their email. So and then trying to get the funds from the US to Mexico was a problem.
Sure.
And then we have the people from IGG. They didn't give us the full funds for like maybe a year, so we were stuck with half the funds, and we were late like a year. Just we maybe we're stuck like 8 months, with missing funds. And after they delivered, we were already like a year something late. So it sucked.
No, I hear you. Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
So, Jose, I got one question looking at it. I know you ship out of Mexico, and it says there's some places you don't ship to. Specific places you're not shipping to, or certain ones you are?
Oh, so the Kickstarter only is sending stuff to the US, Canada, and Mexico.
Okay.
But Fund My Comic has worldwide shipping, so you can get it. You can get all of these books in any country of the world. Like last time with Lumina Box, we had like 700 backers, around something like that. So we shipped all around the world, and everything got there, safe and sound. The only place that we are charging a little bit more, it's Australia. Australia.
Yeah. Oh, we know.
Yeah, it's killer. Try to send some books to Australia. You always lose some money in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it was killer this time. They really jacked it up.
I do want to say thank you to all the backers in Europe and Australia who do back. I appreciate it. I apologize for the shipping, but I can't go poor making this book.
No, I mean, well, that's the thing. I feel, we're, Dennis and I obviously do the core draft crowdfund and stuff. Same thing.
We just finished it.
We wish we could charge less for shipping to the UK and Australia, but we don't set the rates.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's the destination company or country that actually sets the rates that when we ship it to, and we ship it in the cheapest possible. And we even figured out, there's probably going to be a bump. The post office already announcement. We accommodated for it, and it still wasn't even close to enough for what they jumped up the rates to. So, that is the problem. You guys over in Europe and Australia and stuff, you're awesome for backing it. The good news is we found out it is so much cheaper. It cost us $80 to send one to Australia, and it's a third of that for them to ship it to us. So, you got to talk to your post office. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
It's those tariffs.
Yeah, it hadn't even started yet.
Definitely not that.
No, it's their tariffs. It's their
exactly.
Yeah. Well, cool, Jose. That's cool. Hopefully, I hope it does well. Yeah.
Thanks.
And more people get on it. But I will, because I said it, I do want to see another video here before we end the show, because we're getting close to that time. So you got 2 videos. Pick which one you think you should show.
Okay.
Sophie's voice, my friend.
Everyone go to the page and watch the one I don't show. Ready? Are we good? This one's good right now.
All right.
Oh, what happened?
I mean, will we still need humans?
Not for most things.
They told you AI was just a tool, but what if it was a trap? Designed to addict, engineered to isolate, built to control. They want you in the pod, hooked to the machine. Your thoughts, dreams, and ideas harvested like crops until there's nothing left. But one man stands in their way. Ben Franklin. He is Silence Do-Good, a time travel agent on a mission to shatter their enslavement of humanity. The battle for your mind begins. Silence Do-Good Volume 1, Electric Dream.
Nice.
Dude, who now is that the one you put together or
Yeah, so my wife does the editing and I just give her, the direction and things like that.
Nice.
And
Who did the voiceover?
AI did the voiceover.
No, hey, you know what? It sounds good.
Yep.
AI is totally evil, and it was one of those things where it's like I need to hire. I want to get to the point where our books are doing so well that I don't have to do that. I can hire a voice actor to do it because I actually know voice actors. They're just you got to pay them.
I know.
And I hate asking people for favors like that, man.
Sure,
I do not like doing it. So it's like. But it
will. Go ahead, play the third video. Now I got to see it.
Yeah, especially he looks a lot like David Tennant, so I just love that.
Well, if you look at old pictures, like if you find some paintings of like Ben Franklin at the printing press as a teenager, you'd be surprised.
Are you serious?
Wow,
David Tennant looks like.
Whoa! I was actually just going to bust your chops and say, did you reference what he looked like as a teenager?
It might be subconscious influence. I absolutely love Doctor Who. My favorite Doctor Who is Peter Capaldi, then Matt Smith. As you can see right there, I have Matt Smith, and then David, it might be subconscious. Got to get David Tennant right there. So, and then Capaldi is above.
Nice.
I'm Tom Baker first, and then Matt Smith, and then Tennant.
Nice. Tom Baker I liked him as a kid, growing up as a kid.
Yep.
Oh, nut shot.
No Cambo.
Okay, that's cool. Very, very nice. Very nice.
Thank you. Yeah. I used AI to promote a book dissing AI.
Yep. So
that's great. Awesome. Oh my God.
That's right, Rich. I did. I actually worked with AI a lot towards the when I was still in advertising marketing. I was actually training some stable diffusion models and stuff. And as I was seeing it, I was doing it as research actually for this book. And so like the more I was working with it, programming it, training it, and things like that, the more I was disgusted with the direction I think it might end up going. So
yeah. Well, funny, I wound up going to the doctor this week, and I had to sign a waiver before I went in. And I was like, "What's this for?" Oh, we're going all AI now, so we need your permission to do it. So you have to accept it. But then if you don't want us to use AI, you can go in through your My Chart and then opt out of it. And I'm like, what? Seriously, AI? I mean, what are you guys doing back there with AI stuff? Oh, I don't know, guys. I'm telling you, Terminator, I'm feeling it.
AI will be our Tower of Babel.
Yeah, it will.
I don't want an AI doctor. I want that nice warm palm cupping my balls and telling me to cough.
I want my drug dealer in flesh and blood.
Exactly. I don't want that stone cold steel ice down there. Gross.
Wow.
But guys, what you should do as well is back these gentlemen's books is go sign up for Lilith, Infernal Conflict, a high fantasy epic. Guys, you will not want to miss this. Core draft is done. We are done fulfilling it. We are now full steam ahead on Lilith, Infernal Conflict.
Third tale in the Shattered Reach.
That's
you gotta know, what is Lilith up to? How did she get here? And what is it? What is her connection in all of this?
That's right. A new minifigure to go with the core draft one. We've got a Lilith figure coming at you. So you can check that out. That's a quick little video.
Oh, you got the second.
Oh, nice.
The Bud Root cover.
Yeah, dude.
So go sign up, guys. You don't want to miss out when the campaign launches. There's the main cover. The first one, of course, was a homage to Vampirella #1. We've got the main cover there, and new characters coming to the book. And there's a little photo of the turnaround of her as well. So go sign up so you know when it's going to be launched. What's Glitch says? Almost finished painting the. Wow, man, you got right on it.
He did. Nice.
Is that the 2-inch, 3-inch, or 5? What size did you get? That's cool.
And then when you're done, send us a picture because we will do little postings for everybody who paints. And same thing when you guys do fan art and send it to us, we do pop them up on the stream. So that's great. But Andy, why we got everybody on?
We got the 5-inch one. Wow, nice.
I love it. We got almost
She
250 people watching. Most of them probably didn't see the 9-inch Kordrath.
That's right. 9 inches of goodness coming it could come your way. You need to let us know because now that this campaign's over, we'll be putting up the minifigures in the online store. And should we put up the 9-inch one? You let us know because we'll do it.
You know, if you guys have an interest, let us know, and we will try to. We have to work out a price with the maker, the manufacturer. Who's awesome, by the way. So,
check it out.
Love to hear it.
And thank you guys for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, totally. It was fun. It was great meeting you, Salty. And we'll definitely have to go on your channel and hang out.
Yeah, that'll be great too.
You are welcome to. I would love that, and I will be in touch with you about that. And thank you again for having me. And Jose, great meeting you, man. Your book looks stellar, dude. Looks really.
Hey, you guys, you should have Jose on your channel too. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, a bunch of animation guys. That'd be fun.
You could talk about Mauschwitz.
Yeah. I've heard that before. I heard that term before, but I never knew someone that actually lived through it.
I'm waiting. Salty, I got to admit, now that I know that term, and you don't have a T-shirt for sale with the design of that on the front of it,
do you?
Or do you? Or do you?
I don't want Disney coming after me.
That's true.
Yeah.
Go ahead and because
look at what they're doing to those poor creators at South Park. Oh wait, never mind. They don't care. Gotta love those guys for flipping the bird and sticking the mouse right where it deserves to go.
But they do like to squash people, and I'm
that's true. Yeah, probably good to stay away from that. But all right, guys. Well, this week, if you guys don't know who's watching, we do a movie review that drops either Thursday night or first thing Friday morning. This week, you know what we're seeing: Thunderbolts. That's right.
Well,
speaking of Disney and Marvel, we are going to go see Thunderbolts. We'll drop our review Thursday night or Friday morning.
We are taking a bullet, so you don't have to, unless it's really good.
I have a good feeling about this.
I do too.
Me too. Yeah.
It all depends on Century. If they get Bob right, I think it's going to be a great one. I've got a feeling Florence Pugh is probably going to be the star of this movie. But hey, who knows? And I would say David Harbour.
I was going to say
would be
David
my
Harbour
guess.
Really
the two of them. But we'll see how it goes. I'm crossing my fingers. We finally going to get a good Marvel movie because my Fantastic Four hopes have been dashed this week.
No, mine still have not been dashed.
Mine have been dashed.
Oh, God. Wait, you said this week. What happened this week?
Oh, it was last week. Into this week.
All
Whatever.
right. Well, mine aren't dashed yet.
Yeah.
But you never know. So until then, thanks for joining us, everybody. Go watch the Graybeards on Aaron Lepresti's channel with Aaron, Dave Williams, Dan Lawless, Gary Martin, and I don't know if they're
having a guest.
I have no idea.
Okay.
So, but go check that out. We'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Live long and prosper.
See ya.